feel like I kind of grew up a lot faster than a lot of kids around my age, and especially just coming from where I come from. Sometimes to think about it, it's just like I couldn't have dreamed about all of this. Well, I mean, I did dream about all of it, but who to know like it would really happen.
He had to overcome so much and fight through so much. I went to prison twice, not once. The first time I went to prison, he was 6 months, and then I got out, he was 4. I didn't last but like 19 months, and he was 6 when I went back in. We only had those 19 months to really be together, and let's say the best thing I probably did was put a football in his hand.
Did anybody catch Wan'Dale once he gets in the open?
No.
No.
Let's go!
Wan'Dale, how you doing?
Oh, good.
With the 43rd pick, the New York Football Giants select Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from Kentucky.
It's where everything started. I think it's a special place to me. It's a really small place. Everybody kind of knows everybody and everybody's friendly. My first place I really remember was on Pulliam. It was called Pulliam Drive, and just me, my mom, and my dad. I wonder if the house has changed anymore. I haven't been over here in, shoot, quite a while. There's this house right here. I remember me and my cousin used to try to run around in this little yard, but me and Dad throwing the football either up here, back here.
Woo, here we go. Yo.
What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
You gonna do workout?
Yeah.
Tell us about this guy and his summer workouts.
My summer workout?
Whenever I was young, like you first got out.
Oh. You have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You used to be crying and complaining about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I figured like this. If I could teach him the proper form early, then when he gets to high school and college, he's already a step ahead. It worked out. It worked out.
Definitely worked out. We were like this. I mean, you couldn't separate us from each other. And so I started playing football in Louisville, Kentucky, and he was driving me to Louisville each and every day just for practice. So where I was from in Frankfort, they didn't allow you to play tackle until you were 7. And my dad was like, this kid's a little too active. I got to get him into something. And he was like, we're going to take him up to Louisville. Had a friend, and they were like, hey, you can use his birth certificate. And so my name was Daquan Edwards.
If he wants to play football, we're going to learn how to play real football. I took a birth certificate and went to Louisville and put him into a youth football league. And he started running back at 5 years old with the 6 and 8 year olds. And I kind of figured like that's where his toughness has come from. Most people are probably like, why you do your kid like that? But like, that's what he wanted to do. He's always been the smallest kid on the team. I mean, even when we came back to Frankfort, he was still the smallest kid on the field, but like, he had the biggest heart and he was the toughest.
You can't tackle me at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how big I am, so I'm just always trying to live by that and just know that as long as I can get open and I can do what I have to do, it doesn't matter how big somebody else is. Yeah, if anybody wants to know how long I've been playing, this is my first ever helmet. You see what's in here?
What's in there?
The styrofoam.
Oh.
We're going on 18 years strong of been at this game.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
I said that to myself not too long ago. I was like, he's been playing football for 18 years. I mean, like, it doesn't seem like it.
Had a big old head, if you can't tell.
Stop it.
I would say I grew into my head, you know. But it was me and Mom.
In that one, you was probably, I think 3 months, because I think that's the tattoo. I think.
That you got me wearing?
Yeah, that was, yeah, 3 months.
That is my drive. I mean, whenever somebody's like, what's your why? And I'm like, it's my mom. She's done everything for me, from driving me to camps, visits, anywhere I had to go. She was always there for me, and no matter what she was going through, no matter how bad she was hurting, she was always gonna make sure that her son was taken care of. Oh, it's Granddaddy right here.
Oh.
Granddaddy didn't have no
It
drip.
is. You said he didn't what?
He didn't have no drip. Black shoes, white socks.
I tried to get him to stop, you know, and he didn't want to. So when he had to go away, I told him, you're gonna have to tell him.
I was about 6 years old, 6 or 7.
That conversation was probably one of the hardest conversations I ever had to have with anybody in my life.
It was like, you know, Dad's not gonna be here. Whenever he told me that, I just remember I was sitting there crying. We were both crying, and one of the few times I really remember him crying and us doing it together.
You know, sitting across from him and actually having to see those tears well up in his eyes and not to be able to do the things that we used to do, like, sticks with me to this day.
And then just a couple of days later, it's like, damn, Dad's gone. And so he's like, he's not taking me to the mall. He's not taking me to do all these things that we were so accustomed to do.
The first 2 years I got to see him a lot because I was in Manchester, Kentucky, which was closer to home. After 2 years I was in Manchester, they shipped me to Fort Dix, New Jersey. The last 6 years of my prison stay, I've seen him twice.
Then realizing all the lessons that my mom was trying to teach me, like, you can't do some of the things that your dad wanted to do. And at the end of the day, you want to have the possessions and things like that, but you can't do what he was doing to get them. And so I think it actually did teach me a really good life lesson as I was growing up. My mom, she really harped on me as I was growing up about all that. So I think it got me to where I am today.
We squeaked one out. I'm proud of the way that you came back in this last quarter and decided to start playing again. We got a cheap penalty on that one, okay? We can't ever have that again. The guy's behind the running back. Can he catch him? Anybody catch Wan'Dale once he gets in the open? No. No. Is there any reason for us to block anybody else once he breaks free?
After every game, every Saturday, he would be at the back of my truck and he would always say, Coach Mike, do you mind if I come home with Logan today? For several weeks we didn't. Then one weekend we agreed that, you know, he could come spend the weekend with us and with Logan. And I'll never forget it. And it was time for him to go home. Vicky was there and Wan'Dale was nowhere to be found. And so I went through the entire house. I went down into the basement. And finally I had to say, Wan'Dale, if you don't come out, you're not gonna be able to come back. And he crawled out from underneath this big oversized padded armchair that we had in the basement. And he had these big alligator tears running down his face. And I said, look, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna come back next weekend. It's not gonna be a problem. And so that's kind of where at that point I knew that Wan'Dale was not going anywhere out of our lives and that we weren't going anywhere out of his.
I believe my dad wrote a letter to Mike or Kelly, one of them, and just basically asked if they could kind of take care of his son. And it worked out that me and Logan, their son, were pretty good friends and playing football with each other. And it worked out that one day I just kind of went over to their house after a football game. And from there, we were just kind of best friends. And the family, I was just kind of one of theirs too. And that's how they always claimed me. So Mike was another father figure and Kelly was just like another mother to me, treating me just like I was their own son. And buying me the same exact things that Logan was getting. Whatever he got, I got. And so it just really made me feel like I was a son to them too. It's just really special to just have people like that I'm not blood and they just treated me like I was their own. So
the reality is that there was never a part of our involvement with Wan'Dale that we stepped in and took over.
No.
It's that we stepped in and became family.
But it was something about Mike that I knew, like, my child was gonna be in good hands with Mike. We are very grateful, and I'm very grateful to have Mike to be a part of Wan'Dale's life, also as Kelly. Kelly has helped me so much while I was in prison, just as much as they helped Wan'Dale.
How you doing? Good.
Oh my gosh, this was from Pee Wee League up to middle school, the difference. Oh, my boys.
I don't know why I had a headset on.
You were probably telling the coaches what they needed to do.
Yeah, I was usually being in high school. That's me, Logan, my dad.
Yeah.
I made that decision before I even got out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a job, work at a gym, you know, and do the right thing. Christmas 2015, Wan'Dale came into the bedroom and said, I want a baseball bat. And I wasn't able to give him a baseball bat. I couldn't even afford it. And I was just working on a regular job just to put food on the table. And that same day is the day that I said, you know what, enough is enough. So I started getting on my phone and I started posting about Guru Fitness in the garage. I started with 3 people and now we're here, we have 2 locations and now we're changing people's lives all over the world. All due to him asking me about a baseball bat. Ever since then, the game has changed.
He's always told me, he was like, if I can make $1 million selling drugs, I can make $1 million selling fitness. And just applying it to different aspects of your life, you know?
I live my gift every single day. I understand my purpose. I just love to speak to people. I love to speak life into people, but also like to use my story to show them like, you know, you can bounce back, you can have adversity. You know, people are gonna talk about you, people are gonna say things about you, but it's all about what you believe.
He's one of the coolest people I know. That's my guy that I go to with any problem that I have. Again, we're like we were whenever I was 5. I can go talk to him about anything.
Robinson up the middle, makes one man miss. First down and more. Robinson, touchdown from 39 yards.
You know, anybody that watched him at any point during his life knew that he was special. He always played above his age, above his size. There was no question about his skill set. To be very candid, Western Hills High School is a 3A school in Frankfort, Kentucky, was certainly not a powerhouse football team. Wan'Dale made that program for those 4 years as successful as it had ever been.
And that young man just iced it in 90-yard touchdown, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Freshman year, I really wanted just to go to a place that I knew I would have a chance to start and I could be a freshman All-American essentially. Ended up being able to accomplish those, but as a sophomore, it was more like, all right, now it's time to start focusing on how can I get to the next level of the NFL. And just kind of didn't see eye to eye with the coach on some things, and he wanted to play me a running back. I knew my vision was in the NFL, was playing receiver, and just made the decision, and it was time to make a change and decided to come back here. It was kind of a perfect storm.
Dials it out, open, touchdown, Wan'Dale Robinson!
Coming home, I'm seeing my family at every game, my little sister at every game. It was really just nice to be at home, and it really uplifted a lot of pressure after the first game. Kind of caught the first pass, caught the touchdown, and it was like, okay, now you're back home. You can just play football the way you've been doing your whole life, and so that was really nice.
Kentucky through and through. You see all this support here behind you. They say it takes a village to raise somebody. What's this support system been like for you?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, everybody in this room has played a part in me being here, whether that be driving me to a football game, taking me to basketball games, or something in that sort of way. So I just thank you for everybody here.
Let's get Wan'Dale Robinson on the phone from Kentucky.
Hello.
Wan'Dale, how you doing? You ready to be a New York Giant?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're ecstatic to have you. Love that Zoom we had with you the other day. You were awesome. Look forward to using you the way we talked. Wan'Dale, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm jacked to have you, man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
You should be
I'm
happy.
excited.
Yeah, dream
Yes,
come
sir,
true,
man.
That was kind of the exact moment once I got the call. It was like, dang, I can take care of my mom. Anything my little sister ever needs, she's got me.
Woo! Okay. With the 43rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from Kentucky.
Dream come true after 5 years old. To see it, and I'm never lost for words, but this one, I still haven't said anything to my kids in the NFL right now.
After he got that call and he started crying, then of course I just lost it, like I do now. Like I mean, even when I look at the video, you know, I still cry, you know, to this day, because it's just like, You know, he did it. He did it.
Draft night was the culmination that I understood that everything that had occurred with Wan'Dale to that point was what it was supposed to be. I knew at that moment he was where he's supposed to be. We spent a long time making sure that he had his chance, and for either circumstance or environment, he got the opportunity to get out of Frankfort, Kentucky, and go do the things that we knew he could do. Kind of all hit home, that it all had been worth it, and it all had worked the way it was supposed to work.
What's up, New York? It's crazy. Doesn't seem real.
It's the goal. Like, it's like you play with some of these dudes all mad, so now you like teammates with them. It's kind of crazy. So sometimes I think about it, it's just like I couldn't have dreamed about all of this. Well, I mean, I did dream about all of it, but who didn't know like it would really happen? And especially just coming where I come from, having all the teachers, you know, whenever I say, you know, I want to be in the NFL, and it's like, you know, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Getting drafted, that's only the start of it. I mean, the job's not finished now. It's just time to come in and prove it.
Now out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. Giants pick it up. Jones fires it right. Robinson makes the catch at the 15 and shoulder down at the 11. The Giants have hit 2/3 and long. Takes the snap. Back to throw. Fires it left. Completes it to Robinson. In for the touchdown. A little speed out for the rookie from Kentucky. His first NFL touchdown.
I felt like it was like, all right, you know, you're feeling like you're making your way in this league and you're figuring things out, and you're really starting to play well, and then the play happens. It just...
18 in the game. We start the fourth quarter. Jones, some pressure, floats. Oh, good catch. Robinson stays on his feet inside the 40. Wan'Dale Robinson has been active today. His 9th catch of the day. Injured over there at the end of it.
I just remember as soon as I just kind of like sat down in a chair, I just felt a pop and then an immediate burn. And I actually remember looking up and I just started screaming. Get me in the locker room, cut open my pants and my leg. And so doing the little test, he just kind of gives me that look, and I just, immediate head just goes down. And I had never experienced anything like that. You know, I'd never torn anything and never broken anything. So that was one of the most difficult showers ever, like just being there alone. And it's just me, and I know I'm not gonna play again for at least a couple months, 9 months, you know? Just a lot of emotions going through my head. It was like, I know I'll be here next year, but am I ever gonna be the same? How fast can I get back? Are they gonna try and replace me? And then the whole rehab process was brutal, so. The ACL process is a little different, and they had told me, they're like, it's gonna take about a year to get back. And I'm just like, nah, I wanted this to be like 8 months to get back. They were like, I mean, we're just letting you know, this doesn't always work like that. It definitely tests if you really want to get back. Definitely had some days of like, all right, do I really want to do this today? And at the end of the day, every team that I've ever really been on, I've always felt like I made an impact on the offense. So I didn't want to feel any other type of way coming back. And I feel like that's kind of why I try to work so hard to get back from the injury. Really don't try to think about the day that I did it too much, but really more so the day that I had surgery. The one I have right over my scar, it's a clock, and the time says 12/13 for the date of when I had surgery, and just to kind of show the progress and the hard work and everything that you have to put in just to get back.
Was there a moment where you were just like, all right, I'm back?
Yeah, the Packers game.
DeVito back to throw. Rolls right, throws to the sideline. A nice hands catch made by Wan'Dale Robinson. It off for Robinson, dashes off the left side. He's to the 20, 15, 10, and knocked out of bounds at the 5.
Whenever I kind of took off, I was like, I didn't have this burst at all throughout the whole year. And then so that was like, all right, this is another little confidence boost.
Throws a deep ball down the left side, and he completes it at the 12-yard line. He underthrew it, but Wan'Dale Robinson came back for it.
For him to bounce back the way that he did, now this season the expectation is super high. I couldn't ask for nothing better.
Fires it right. Robinson makes the catch along the sideline to the 30 and jumped out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
How are you feeling right now, and how much are you looking forward to entering a year fully healthy?
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of back to myself all the way. Having a full off season to train and not have to rehab, so it was a really big deal to me just to be able to go back home and do everything that I was able to do and just get back to myself. So.